Just Raider John 8666. We should be a top 5 offense. Also, we don't hold the record for number of halftime leads blown. You can't blame DC4 for all of that. Maybe it's the 26th ranked defense. I don't know. Should we be a top 5 offense, Soto? There's some really good offenses we'd have to beat out to be top 5.
We were just out of the top 10 last year, and we had a severely underproducing quarterback. Okay. If we get a quarterback that produces to his normal ability, I mean, Vic's a great guy, dude. I think he's awesome. I think he was kind of making that mistake where he was rating the loss of Waller off of who he was at his best, not the loss of Waller off of what we got for him the last 2 seasons. I do think this offense is better. I think it can produce better because last season was such an injury-plagued season for 2 really big targets for us. So I do think that Jakobi Meyers is better than any number 2 receiver we've had last year if Hunter comes back healthy. And I do think that the tight end position is going to produce better than it did last year. So with that, and I think it's going to be a better mix. I think it's going to be a better mix of players. Maybe not like name recognition wise, it's going to be better, but production is going to be better. So can they be a top 5 offense? I think they can be a top 5 offense. I mean, McDaniels had a top 5, like a top 6 offense with a rookie Mac and a bunch of no names, right? Not near the talent that we have on our offense, right? So he's been able to do it. We can see his offense has been able to do it. Now is can the pieces stay healthy and can they execute? Now, as far as blown leads being solely on the defense, I think we can agree that the offense does have something to play in that. When in 4 of those blown leads that we had, your offense scores 6 points in the second half. It's difficult to hold leads when your offense does nothing. Am I going to put it fully on Carr? No. Am I going to put it fully on the defense? No. It was just a mix of the 2.
And if you go by points per game, the Raiders were 28th in points per game defensively, and they were 12th in points per game offensively. It's a pretty hard burden to carry as an offense. It's pretty rough. As far as can the Raiders be a top 5 offense, dude? Look at the top 5 offenses from last season. I would say they're probably going to be the top 5 offenses ish again this season. Chiefs, Bills, Eagles, Lions, Niners. That's going to be tough to be better offenses than those. And that's not including like how are the Jets going to be with why am I fucking blanking? Aaron Rodgers. Couple other things, right? I think the Bengals, I think, are only going to get better. The Dolphins are only going to get better. It's going to be tough to be top 5. It's going to be really, really tough to be top 5. And that's just in relation to the rest of the league. So many things have to go right for the Raiders to be like last season. Josh Jacobs had the season of his career. Everything he did well, he did better. Everything he did poorly, he did average or good last season. And he was healthy the entire season. Can we count on that happening again? God, I hope so.
But we also had the most important player on the offense play poorly for him, right? We had 2 of his main targets just be shells of themselves when they were on the field.
Yep.
So I think if you take a look at that, the Lions team, how many targets are they going to have available besides Amon-Ra St. Brown? Because like left and right, they're getting players suspended for gambling.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have the second highest scoring running back in the league in Jamal Williams. He's gone. Okay. Now they did get Gibbs in the draft, but we don't know what he's going to be. We can think that he's going to be really good, but we don't know for sure.
But now, my point being, if everything goes right for the Raiders this season, right? Jimmy G stays healthy, clicks with his receivers, clicks with the offense, plays great. Myers doesn't have kind of a rookie start. Like he comes out of the gates firing. Josh Jacobs repeats the best season or close to the best season of his career. The O-line that was building momentum last season continues and gets even better. If all those things go right, it's still going to be tough to be a top 5 offense, even with all those things going right. And that's a lot of things that have to go right. So this idea that like, well, we should be a top 5 offense. This is on McDaniels, or this is on Jimmy G, or this is on the line. It's like,
I will amend
offense has potential to be good, but there's some really fucking good offenses in the NFL that we're going to have to overtake to be top 5.
I will amend it in this way. I think we could be a top 5 offense. Look at what the Niners did last year. And for example, are you going to count on McCaffrey being healthy an entire season again?
Yeah.
Or Deebo Samuel being healthy an entire season, or Kittle being? These are 3 guys on the 3 main guys on their offense who miss a lot of time.
And Brock Purdy now has tape on him. Is he going to be the same?
Yeah.
Right?
So it's like
there's questions around a lot of other offenses too. But I think there's more questions around the Raiders, and everything has to go right. And even then, I'm like, top 5?
Well, everything went right for the Niners last year, and they were a top 5.
Yeah.
So I see that being very similar, because there are pieces to the Niners that don't normally play every single game. I mean, these guys have missed games every single season, right? Same thing with us, is we had guys that missed that were big contributors. So I think they could be a top 5 offense. I think more, I think probably the 7-8 range is a lot more likely or probable. Top 5 is, that's tough. But I mean, again, the Niners did it, and they have a lot of guys that played every single game that they were available to play. McCaffrey came in, halfway through the season or partway through the season, and they played almost every game. So it's possible.
Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.